Hey guys, it's Elle. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a video chatting about some of my favorite series that I read in 2024. I love doing these end of year wrap up type videos and I have a lot of them planned, and I read so many good series in 2024 and I am so excited to share them with you. So the first series I want to share is the Magnolia Falls series by Laura Pavlov. I love this series. So this series follows a group of friends. Some of them are brothers, but really a group of friends, and they kind of all came together because of a circumstance from the past, and they're kind of like the black sheep of the town, but also some of them are respected, and it's a really fun series. The first book is a hate to love romance, and the hero is an MMA fighter. The heroine owns a, I think, like bakery slash coffee shop next to the hero's gym, and he really doesn't like her because of something that her family did to him and his brothers, and that's kind of where the story starts off, and it's a lot of fun. It's a part of the Small Town series, and I just really enjoyed this one. I love the found family aspects, and there's a really fun, cute kid named Beefcake. That's his nickname, and he's like a little ladies' man, and he is just so cute, and I just really have enjoyed so many books in this series, and it's a very solid small town romance series without suspense. So if you don't love suspense small towns, I would pick up this series. Then I have the Sparrow Falls series by Catherine Cowles. This is her new series of 2024. It is a fantastic series. I've really enjoyed it. So this series revolves around this family who were kind of brought together because they're all some of the, like step siblings, but they consider everyone family, and it's a blended family, and it's very beautiful. I love this series. I love the found family aspects. There is a hilarious grandmother who is very crude and makes like diamond bedazzled genitalia art, and it is so funny, and I just love this series, and it's so like cozy, and I love the small town. I love the romantic suspense in these books. The first one follows our heroine who lost her family in a really bad accident years ago, and so it also shows the origin story of how her family came together, her found family came together, and so she is trying to restore this old Victorian home that was her previous family's home. And the hero, he is an ex-FBI agent, and he is on the job and working there, and they really butt heads. He's very grumpy, she is sunshiny, and stuff starts cropping up from her past related to her parents' deaths, and some suspense starts happening with that, and he is an ex-FBI profiler, and he's trying to help her, but also he's very reclusive, and it's a really good romance, and I really love this series. I don't know, my favorite so far might be Delicate Escape. I don't know, I really like that one. I love Shep and Thea, and this one is so good. This one follows Anson and Rhodes, and I just love all of these characters. I love all of their names. They're so cute, and I just love the series, and it's so good, and I love all the colors, that they're so bright and colorful, and it's a very solid small town suspense series. Then I have the Lost Bride trilogy by Nora Roberts. This is a newer series by her that is a paranormal series slash romantic suspense. So the heroine finds out that she has a long lost uncle that she never knew about, that was actually her dad's twin brother, and she also finds out about this whole familial history that she never knew about, and she inherits this old family estate in Maine, and she kind of finds out that it is haunted, and there are both good ghosts and bad ghosts, and she also figures out that there is this 100-year-old curse on all of the brides in her family where they all will die on their wedding day, and it's a very interesting storyline, and she's trying to figure out why this is happening. This does delve into a lot of different aspects in this one, with paranormal, but also family history and the mystery of it. And she falls for a lawyer in the small town, and it's just a very cozy, like warm, spooky romance series, and I just really love it. It really is fun, and I love figuring out the mystery of it all. And the romance is not as heavy or centric in the series. It's more like the storyline of like, why are these people in this family cursed, and what is the deal with this like witch and that kind of thing, but it's still there and it's still really good. And yeah, I just really enjoyed this series, and I am caught up on it, and I am so excited for the third book to release hopefully in 2025. Then I have the Gold Rush Ranch series by Elsie Silver. I listened to this whole series on audio. I have not read the first book actually, but I am going to read it soon. And the series revolves around obviously the Gold Rush Ranch. And so all of these characters have something to do with like horses and training of horses, and it's a lot of fun. This one, the heroine is a jockey, and she kind of has a epistolary romance with the hero. They had been chatting online for years, and they've never met in person, but in real life, she absolutely detests him. And it's a lot of fun, and they have to work together because I think he's like a vet, or he's like an owner of horses himself, so they have to train together, and she ends up having to live with him. So it's very forced proximity, angsty, hate to love, and I really, really love this series. It's a lot of fun, and all of the romances are so solid and such good small town, not like cowboy romances, but like small town romances on a ranch, and they're all just like so good, and I've loved every single one of them. Then I have the Clifton Forge series by Devney Perry. This is a motorcycle romance series. I actually started with the second book of this series because I'd heard that people did not love the first book, but I really enjoyed this series because there's this underlying thread of this suspense element, mystery with the motorcycle club as a whole, and all of the ones in the series have been really solid. A lot of them are kind of forced proximity actually, which is a lot of fun, and I just love like the brotherhood in motorcycle clubs, and this one is really good. It's an angsty revenge plot romance where the heroine is going after the hero because of something that he did to her family, and she's also a part of a rival motorcycle club. So there's a lot of suspense and very spicy, and this whole series was a lot of fun. I listened to them all on audio, and I highly recommend the audiobooks for the series, and I just really, really enjoyed it. And I am excited to see what other books Devney will write in 2025. Then I have the, what series? It's Dragons of Ember Hollow series. I always forget this series name. I wrote it down in my notebook, but I'm like shocked that I love this series so much in 2024. This is a Why Choose Dragon Shifter romance series, and all of them are pretty short, and I listened to them on audio, and they were fantastic. And they're so good. The heroine kind of has no idea about her history or that she's actually a dragon shifter. So on her first day of college, she goes, and one of the first people she meets is one of the heroes, and he is like, I smell you like you smell like one of us. And she's like, what do you mean? And he's like, you're a dragon shifter. And she's like, what? So it's kind of a wild ride of a series, and there's lots of different heroes. I think there's like 4 or 5, and they all have different romances with her. One is like a professor at the university. One is kind of trying to reject the fated mate aspect, and I think one is like hate to love, and one is like a billionaire, and they're all so good. I loved all of the heroes, and the series definitely keeps you on your toes with the suspense elements of it, and it is so much fun. I really, really enjoyed the series. Then I have the Campus Diary series by Elle Kennedy. I have loved reading The Graham Effect and The Dixon Rule by her. They're both hockey romances. They're both just super solid. I never know how to explain Elle Kennedy's romances because they just feel like I don't explain them well enough, because when I try to explain it, it sounds like not a lot happens in the romance, but it does. So this one, the heroine, she is the daughter of Garrett Graham, and he is a famous hockey player, and I think she's also a hockey player as well. And the hero is a hockey player for their school, and so they end up having to do lessons together, working together. He is helping her, and she's helping him, and they fall for each other. And the second one is a fake dating neighbors romance. It's a lot of fun. Okay, sorry guys, my light that I use for filming just went out, so I've been filming, this is my third video of today, so sorry about that and like the weird lighting change. But the next book I want to talk about series is the Rose Hill series by Elsie Silver. I love, love, love Wild Love and Wild Eyes. This series is set in a small town in British Columbia, and I think it's like a mountain, like lake town. It's so good. This one is a single dad, childhood best friends to lovers romance, and they're also working together. It's forced proximity. Such A+ banter. It's so good. And the second book is another single dad romance. And it's kind of like Grumpy Sunshine, and I love both of these so much. They're both so good. I love the series, and I cannot wait for the next one, which I think is Wild Eyes, or like, no, I don't know what it's called actually. I'll put it up on the screen, but I really love this series. Both of the books in this series are so good so far. It's just small town, like, charm, and just so good. Next series that I read in 2024 that I absolutely loved was the Stone Riders Motorcycle Club series by Ashley Munoz. This series is so good. The first book is a hate to love second chance romance, and they're all like on the lighter side of motorcycle romances, but they've all been so good, so amazing so far that I've read, and they're all like very angsty as well and a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed this one. And the second book is probably my favorite in the series. That one is Opposites Attract, Hate to Love, and very morally gray hero tries to push the heroine away, very mean, but also becomes very protective and obsessed with the heroine. So love that series. And then the next series that I read is a historical romance series, which was the Uptown Girls series by Joanna Shupe. This is a Gilded Age romance series, and they all revolve around three sisters, and each of them are very headstrong and trying to do good within the community in New York City. One is trying to find husbands that left their wives and families and trying to get them to give child support to their ex-wives or wives. And one of them is trying to find like a lawyer and help women like support themselves, and it's very like women centric, and I love that. And they find these men who are high in society. Some of them are like lawyers, and some of them are like heads of like moms. So it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy this series. It's so good, and the romances are so solid. And the last series I want to talk about is the Grip trilogy by Kennedy Ryan. I finally read the Grip series in 2024, and the series rocked me. It is so emotional, so angsty. It is kind of second chance. It deals with a lot of heavy topics. The hero is a artist slash like rapper, and the heroine is his agent slash publicist, and they were almost a thing years ago, and now it is years later, and they still are obsessed with each other, but they don't want to make the move to make that first move with each other. But the heroine also doesn't want to make the move because she just wants to push the hero away because she is scared to be hurt again. And it is just such a good romance. It deals with a lot of heavy topics like racism and being in a interracial relationship and what that's like, and racial profiling, police brutality. So definitely check the triggers before reading the series. If any of that seems like it would be a trigger for you, I would check the triggers. But I love this series. It's so good. One of my favorites ever. It's so amazing. All right, well, that is the last book I wanted to chat about in this video, and I hope you enjoyed hearing me talk about some of my favorite series of 2024. Definitely down below, let me know what your favorite series was of 2024. I would love to know, and I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.